At times in this tournament, he has been simply sublime. 4 times he's lifted the sport's ultimate prize. If this is to be his last Crucible campaign, he wants to bow out in style. Blink and you'll miss him. The Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan!
Well, I don't know if you can see the shots on your television set or wherever you're watching on today. There are people on their feet. The noise is absolutely incredible inside the Crucible Theatre. It's session 3. It's the best of 33 frames. A World Snooker Championship semi-final. Listen to it. A packed house. 2 snooker superstars. 2 fine commentators in the shape of Willie Thorne and Dennis Taylor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jason. Wow. That was
Ronnie
one of the
O'Sullivan.
biggest receptions we've had at the Crucible this year. Absolutely incredible. As Judd Trump came into the arena, he was urging the crowd to cheer even more. And then when Ronnie came in, most of this Crucible crowd were on their feet. Here's Judd coming in. Come on, everybody. Let's hear you. Don't often see that. He's enjoying it. He's loving every minute of it here. The 2 biggest stars in the game, you'd have to say, box office, the way they play the game of snooker. It makes for a fascinating session, Willie.
Absolutely, and it's been the first 2 sessions as Judd's just played a poor safety shot there, left Ronnie one in the middle. It's been one of those, of the first 2 sessions, Ronnie's obviously played the better of the 2, hence he's leading 9-7, but I don't think Judd's played anything like we know he can. So Ronnie's going to have to keep this form up at least, or if not play better, I think, to win this match. When you see Judd Trump's pot success rate 85%, that's an excellent pot. The lowest he could be is 90%, and he still won 7 frames. So I think there's a lot of snooker left in this match.
Well, what an opening pot from the Rocket. Now, can he run through and just free the black here? Well, he can get through to the other red. That's even better.
7.
So the black spot is clear. A couple more loose reds, but you know, when Ronnie gets a chance, he'll be into the reds. They're not a good bunch to split from the black, but he generates
14.
So much spin when he goes into the reds. Reds either side of the bunch, as you can see there. Doesn't have to take the black, the pink is available. That'll give him better position.
Thank you. 21.
Well, it's key now to get a good angle on the next killer, because he won't particularly want to play for a loose
22.
red here, and he's finished absolutely perfect. So straight into that front red, that's usually where the pink is, and the red should spread far and wide. Just caught it half ball though. Where's the red going?
Well, where's the white going? It needs to pull up also.
fantastic split. There's a little bit
27.
unlucky there for the white to finish there, but he'll have to play a plant.
Well, there's almost a gap through, but the plant is much easier to get position off. Now, let's see. Yeah, he's playing the one red onto the other. Oh, have a look what happened there.
28.
A bit unlucky. It was because he caught the red over the pocket on the finish side that sent that red onto the black, but very unfortunate. A little wry smile from Ronnie. He's obviously put that shot behind him, the green that he missed to go 10-6 in front. John Parrott was talking about it. This was the green. I mean, how many of those has he missed? Very few. He was on the brown, and that would have been 4 frames in front. But I think he's forgotten about that.
Yes, I think that green was a similar situation when he played Stuart Bingham, and he looked like winning with a session to spare. He'd got 2 more frames to go in that session and got a little bit excited thinking he'd have a night off. I think the same can be said with Dennis. He's probably thought, oh, 10-6, get out of this session, 10-6, I'm 4 in front. And you'd never see Ronnie miss a green like that.
Well, he was hoping to get back round the table, but he hasn't left anything easy for Ronnie. Well, this is a red. We showed you the green he missed into this pocket in the last frame. This is more difficult than the green was.
One.
Amazing how similar that shot was to the green that we showed you. But that was right in the heart of the pocket.
You would have liked a slightly thicker kiss on the black there, just to slow
6.
the white down a little bit more. He's still on these 2 reds on the outside of the pack, but he may
7.
be able to hold it for the pink, though. And the pink will go back into its own spot, so this is now a frame-winning chance. A little surprised he actually took the blue there, because he was kissing into that red, and if
12.
this has gone straight, it's going to be tough to get onto the next colour. Well, he can screw on and off the cushion for the blue in the same pocket. But needs a bit of side. Didn't get any on.
13.
Really surprised he took the blue over the pink on the previous shot.
He looks very, very focused here this evening.
20.
This match played to conclusion tomorrow afternoon. It's such a key session, this, and I think this Crucible crowd recognise that as well. But look where he's put the cue ball there for a choice of reds. He's taken the one in the middle. No, he's not. But he left himself a chance of both reds there.
28.
And one nice little cannon here, and it's end of frame. Oh, he's hit it thick though. He wanted to hit it half ball. Quick glance around at the
30.
scoreboard. He just wanted to catch that red on the right side.
Sure.
Having the white cleaned. He's 61 ahead with 67 remaining. Now, can he see enough of this red to take it onto the right corner pocket?
It's there, right into the heart of the pocket. He's certainly looking up for this session tonight. He looks totally focused. And that undoubtedly is going to seal the opening frame.
39. 40.
Haven't even been going 10 minutes and the frame's virtually over. Not the start that Judd was looking for, but you can't do anything about this.
45. 46.
He's just looked so focused throughout this year's World Championship. He really has.
51.
Groans about that, but he's not too bothered. That was more than enough. And Ronnie O'Sullivan gets off to a flyer, and he takes the opening frame, and he extends his lead to 10-7.
Stephen Hendry, 9 minutes 53 seconds. You said just before the match started that you felt he was much more focused. We saw that backstage, and no better example than that.
Yeah, obviously I didn't see him backstage, but just knowing the importance of tonight's session, the atmosphere that was going to be in there. I mean, I don't know, there was a little bit of nonsense in Ronnie's head this morning. He didn't seem focused at all this morning, but tonight I knew this. Top players, they just automatically sense when the time is right to arrive at a match, and I think tonight Ronnie will be on it.
You don't think he was there? You don't think he had that ultimate concentration this morning?
No, I think his concentration was poor. He played lots of bad positional shots, careless ones, which Ronnie never does when he's on it. And, you know, the green at the end, the bad safety shot, these things never happen when Ronnie's thinking properly.
John, your thoughts on that first frame?
Fantastic. I mean, there was some cracking shots in it to keep the break going. One in particular that was superb. I mean, he puts a pink in the centre pocket here. This has absolutely got to have perfect cueing, and that's exactly what it got. I mean, he knew he was leaving a red on if he missed it, and he came straight in the middle of the pocket. And I couldn't agree with the lads more in the commentary. He just looks really focused.
And when he's in this mood, there is no stopping him, is there?
Well, you can't do anything about it when he's at the table, but I would say that Judd will be enjoying this atmosphere as well. And let's not just say it's all about Ronnie enjoying the atmosphere. He will love this as well. You've seen his entrance, he was geeing the crowd up, so he'll be up for it as well, but I just think Ronnie will be too hot to handle.
Also, a good thing as well, psychologically, nice to see double figures on the board there. He's just got to 10 there, big thing.
They played 9 times, the first in 2008. None of those meetings anywhere near as big as this. Back to the boys.
Absolutely, undoubtedly Judd Trump's probably biggest ever match. Okay, he got to the final a couple of years ago and led John Higgins, and we all thought he was going to become one of the youngest world champions ever. John Higgins just played some great stuff in the last session, but he's never played a man at the top of his game like he's playing Ronnie O'Sullivan now.
Well, Ronnie's long potting has been superb in this match. He struggled in his first 2 matches. And this is another attempt, but it's very, very difficult. Could get on the black if it goes in. Have a look at that. Boy, was that smooth cueing there. Not only the pot, but the positional side of it. Watch out, there's a rocket about.
Yes, it doesn't look the same table as the boys played on this afternoon. They seem to get a kick virtually every shot this afternoon, and had a little bit of trouble with the speed of the table, but Ronnie seems to have got it straight away.
Yeah, but you're talking about 2 players here that have played at this venue on numerous occasions. You know, Ricky Wolf and Barry Hawkins
8.
at the one table situation for the first time, struggling a little bit with the conditions. These boys are not struggling. Experience, it's called.
Yes, we could see from that camera angle that the black does pot. So he's just having just to confirm, because he's going to have to play up for another colour here, probably play for the blue as long as he's topside, which O'Sullivan usually is.
Nine.
I mean, Ronnie has won this fantastic championship on 4 occasions, but on a few of the times he's been here, he's looked focused
14.
for maybe the first week, and you think he's up for it, and then all of a sudden he can lose that focus. This year, I've never seen him up for one. He just, he looks so relaxed, so comfortable out there, has done from the very start. And maybe a lot of that down to Dr. Steve Peters, who's been working with him. Meanwhile, he hasn't screwed that back far enough. Can he just get through to pot this? It's tight. See, normally you'd get really annoyed with himself for playing that type of shot because he's got so much margin for error. He could have screwed that another 12 inches and he'd have been okay. But you see his focus, Willie, he's just quickly forgetting about it, getting the extension out, just playing a straightforward safety shot. A few years ago he'd have been really getting annoyed with himself for something like that.
And I like the way he's taking his time with his safety as well. He's trying to put Judd in trouble, and looks like he's played this one pretty good. Unless the white doesn't bounce, he may be able to see this one over the corner. But that's just about the worst safety shot he's played for some time.
Thank you.
And keep an eye on the white where it's going to go. How's your luck? It could have been better. No guarantee of getting position there, and he's faced with a long blue. There's a red to the left of the pink available.
Blue ball.
Just a little bit of pressure on this one. There's no pressure there, though.
Six. 7.
He's not sure if the pink spot is occupied. Judd was having a look there to see where it would go. He's got a bit of angle. He can bring these into play. Oh, is the red next to the black cuttable? Can he see enough of it?
13.
He thinks he can. Right in the middle of the pocket.
14.
This will be a real test of character for Judd Trump now. He knows in the first frame and a half of the evening session, Ronnie O'Sullivan has literally not missed a ball. So it's a real big test now for Judd, and he looks so far like he's taking it
16.
pretty easy on him, on Ronnie. Here he's looking good. Slightly under hit this one. Just got enough to be able to punch for the red 3 down from the pink.
$22. 23. $30.
'Ronnie's turn to sit and watch. It's just a tricky little black, especially being left-handed. It's full stretch. No, that was never going to be easy. Never going to be easy. Ronnie quickly out of his seat. It was just the last shot where Judd got himself slightly out of position. slightly worrying times for Judd. If Ronnie can score heavily here. There's only one red that's safe, and even that is away from the cushion. And Ronnie, being good with his left hand, in quite a few shots time, that red may not be a problem.
I think that's been the key difference for the two players, Dennis. Don't you think that Ronnie gets in and his position is superb? Judd gets in and he's just not quite getting up. I mean, OK, that black's a quarter ball black, you'd expect him to pop, but if you get them half ball, they're almost unmissable, and I think he's just giving himself a little bit too much to do.
Yeah, that would be the big difference, yeah, the control of the cue ball, because Judd's safety has been superb in this year's championship. That was the best he could do there. If he screws it back any further, he would have been in the pocket. This was
15.
Always awkward when you're canning another red. But everything with Ronnie's going right
16.
in the center of the pocket now.
$21. 22. $28.
He's already thinking a few shots ahead. He wants a good angle on his next colour so that he can leave that last red on. And if he could drop well.
20.
He was concentrating so much on the position, took his eye off the pot. You don't see that very often.
Well, this could be a turning point in the match for me. I mean, Ronnie is looking fantastic. Looked like he's sure to go 11-7. If Judd Trump now can just punish Ronnie, he can get himself back in this match.
Yeah, I put that white in where I thought Ronnie would want to get. Can Judd get there somewhere near? That would be perfect. Needs to, well, he can still get there with the rest. Left-handed,
6.
it would have been much easier if he hadn't got to the cushion.
Yeah, this was, I can only believe it was concentration on Ronnie's red here. I mean, he must just think I've got to be perfect on the next colour to get the angle that you suggested, Dennis, for the last red, and took his eye off the pot. This is either a frame winner or a frame loser, this shot right here, right now. And it could be a winner. Not the perfect angle on the black to get to yellow. We'll have to play it powerfully, and it's not easy on this table.
Well, if there's anyone that's got the cue power to get to the yellow, it's Judd Trump. He made that look easy. That was far from easy.
Needs up to and including the pink. Oh, is he finished short? Has he snookered himself? Oh,
16.
not quite.
Not a snooker, but not the perfect angle to get nicely on the brown.
Thank you. That's enough.
Yeah, we don't want people shouting out when the player's getting down on the shot. We don't mind in between. They may think they're helping their player, but they're not. It works against you. He can't do too much, and he can't risk playing it with too much side to leave a good brown. He could miss the green. He didn't play it with any side. Just means the brown's slightly more difficult. It's going to be a nervy blue up into the corner. Should have been an easy one for the middle. And every time Ronnie looks like he's going to open up a 4-frame advantage, this happens. No, no, the pressure. He knew the importance of that blue. Well, it just shows you, Willie, it's amazing. One of the greatest potters we've ever seen in the game, and it just shows what pressure can do.
This will really hurt Judd, as it would have done Ronnie. When Ronnie missed the easy ball, Ronnie will quickly forget about that ready miss now if he pots this pink and black. He goes 7 in front if he pots the pink. And more importantly,
11.
the black to win a frame that perhaps, having missed the easy red, he should have lost. We saw a glimpse there of Judd with his head down. That could be very costly in the context of this match. He should have won the frame to close. He's lost it and now goes 4 behind at 11-7.
Well, we said at the top of the programme, 2 of the finest snooker players on the planet, and you cannot take your eyes off this, Stephen.
No, obviously it was amazing. Ronnie missed a red, which obviously his concentration was on position. Judd get back in. Once he's potted the difficult red with the rest, as we see the red here with Ronnie, you think he's going to clear up. He got perfect on the yellow, short on the green, but then it came to the blue, and it's just pressure, just pressure.
And then Judd gets out of his seat, raring to go.
Yeah.
He comes in just when he's looking good. He throws it away.
Yeah, he wasn't right on the green, and he just birdied it. Then he's ended up coming off the brown to here. You still fancied him getting it, but listen, there's so much pressure on him here, and of course he's missed it. But listen, where he's left that isn't pretty, and Ronnie's hit you couldn't hit the blue any better than this, the way he's hit it, and come back to clear up.
But how many times in this studio, Stephen and John, have we talked about the pressure, the nerves, the occasion? I mean, these are still difficult shots given what we're playing for.
The blue, pink and black, none of those shots were easy, but Ronnie, that will give him confidence, the fact that Judd has missed that wee pressure blue. You always look for little chinks in the armour of your opponent, and that will give him a wee boost.
And when you've won 2 on the bounce on a session, how does that make you feel?
Well, it makes you feel even better when it's one you've nicked, because like this afternoon, we said this morning session when he missed the green, that would have hurt Ronnie. That's definitely hurt Judd. And it was interesting, when he potted that, he had a little tiny look over to the chair, just a little look as if to say, what you're looking like at the moment, because I'm putting it up to you tonight.
Okay.
A real test of Judd's character now. We did see him bow his head. Well, we've showed you it a couple of times, but this blue, how many times would one of the greatest potters we've ever seen miss that? But that's what can happen at the Crucible, even to the most experienced. All makes it fascinating to watch. That's what he's faced with. That one red that's potable. It looks as if he's going to take this on. Now where's the red going? Where's that red going? Oh, just misses the white. It may have looked a little reckless, but that was a calculated risk that he took there. He knew he could slide the white down the table off the bunch, and when he missed that cannon on the red, it was safe. The red into the right corner is no use for Judd. He'd go straight into the bunch, so good safety shot here.
All week long, Judd's been playing safe and missing the baulk colours just when he needs it most. All of a sudden now the baulk colours are getting in the way. His safety success has been pretty good. He's still leading O'Sullivan in the safety in this match, but trails by 4 frames. But his pot success rate that's why he's losing. It's below 90%, and Judd's never ever below 90%. He's at 85%. That's the reason the score's 11-7.
Well, this is a bit of a chance for Judd here. Coming around to have a look. He knows that the black is available to him. He's got a slight angle. If he doesn't fancy holding for the black, he can get back for the blue. He's played for the black, and he queued that very smoothly. Beautifully played. He could do with getting the pink out of the way. It's just hampering the black slightly, but doesn't have to play for the pink here.
9.
But he has. I'm just looking to see where the pink, if the pink spot's available. If it's covered, it'll have to go up onto the brown. Yeah, no way on there for the pink, so up to the brown spot.
Just always getting betwixt and between.
15.
He'd like to be on the red into the corner, the one that's 2 down from the red nearest the cue ball. He's having to take the more difficult red now. He's played
16.
it okay, but just hasn't got the cue ball under control at the moment.
Look at the reds, the way they're situated here. It's like a little question mark there, looking at it from the side.
And we know the answer to the next question.
18.
There's 2 reds that pot. The one at the back of those 3 will pot. The one in the middle of the 3 will pot. Play the middle one, which of course opens
19.
up another red. May play the cannon into the 2 reds directly above or where the pink spot is now. That will open 3 or 4 reds. That's what he's played.
Nicely controlled
26.
cannon. And Judd
27.
could do with a frame-winning break here, just to show Ronnie that he's still in good form.
The boys in the studio have, and
34.
as in commentary, have said that the only thing missing from this match is a century. It's unbelievable to think they've played. This is the 19th frame, and we haven't had a
35.
century. And the highest break, amazing enough for Judd, is just 72, only 93 for O'Sullivan. If somebody was asking you to make a prediction, Dennis, over 33 frames, you'd have said at least 6 centuries, maybe?
Yeah, they both have made many, many centuries in their career. Judd has made 210, and Ronnie's up at, I think it's about 670. In fact, Ronnie has made 689 centuries in his career. Only one man ahead of him,
40.
and he's sitting in the studio with around, he can't even remember how many he's made. Stephen Hendry, something like 750.
Well, having missed such an easy pot to possibly win the previous frame,
48.
you have to take your hat off to this young man. He knows he could have gone 5 frames behind if he'd have lost this one. And to make 48 and counting, very, very good. He's not giving up the ghost, is he?
$49.
Really is showing his class here, Judd Trump.
54.
Said he could do with winning the frame with one visit. He's not far away from achieving that.
55.
Not straightforward to get onto a red here, though. Well, I don't think he's on one, is he? Has he played for the gap?
Just about
62.
got that gap that you mentioned, Willie, so this is the key to the frame coming up now. There's the gap, there's the red.
63.
The brown would put him 67 in front, with still a possible 67 on the table. So just this red needed.
$67.
I think he put everything into the pot there. He wasn't really that concerned about getting good position. He knew that was virtually frame ball. Now the blue to make absolutely sure. He missed a similar blue, but there's not as much pressure on this, and it becomes a little bit easier.
$73. $74.
This has been a superb effort from Judd Trump. It really has. It's Judd's highest break of the match already.
78. 79.
He's already had 6 centuries in this year's World Championship. We've had 44 in total.
83.
And we've got a superb
84.
crowd in here this evening. The atmosphere when the players were introduced was fantastic, and they always like to see a century. I expect quite a roar when Judd reaches the century.
91. 92. 97. 99.
Fantastic stuff from this young potting machine here. Absolutely brilliant. Well, Willie, we thought this was going to be a brilliant session. It's certainly proving to be so. Oh, look at the side on that. That white almost came backwards. It's still spinning. Judd's looking at the white to see it stop spinning. He had that much side on it. He does like to entertain, doesn't he? Now this black might finish up in the front row.
117.
Attention, all pockets, and look out in the front row. Oh, he spoiled it. He spoiled it. What a performance from Judd Trump. That's just what the doctor ordered. And this crowd certainly enjoyed that century break. But he's still 3 behind. It's 11-8 to Ronnie O'Sullivan.
You get the feeling that Judd Trump was perhaps listening to that commentary. I was expecting to catch that black ball over here in the Winter Garden, to be honest with you. I was going to expect him to give that everything, but what a response from Judd. Fantastic. I think that's what's improved so much about his game, really. I don't think he's hit the height scoring-wise in the tournament that we usually see from him, but I think character-wise, I think he's improved so much. I think a lot of his safety this morning was very good, but when he's been, you know, when he's need to answer the question in this tournament, he's found it. I think the lads in commentary said he needed a big break, not just in this match but in this tournament, also just to relieve the pressure a little bit, Stephen.
Yeah, well, he hasn't done enough of it for me in this match, and I think to compete with O'Sullivan you have to be winning frames in one visit, and not just one visit, your first visit to the table, to really keep O'Sullivan cold. He hasn't done enough, but that's obviously going to give him a huge boost. It gets the crowd going a bit, and it was a fantastic performance, a lot of character.
And he's right back in this.
Oh, absolutely, he's in it. I mean, if he'd have lost that one there, he was looking at, you know, a mini mountain. OK, there's a long way to go to get to 17 before you get through, but he wouldn't have been happy with that. The funny thing is, if he wins the next frame, despite missing the blue in the last, he's sort of shared the session 2-2, and he's certainly back in it.
So, the Juddernaut. If the rocket was on fire, the Juddernaut ignition has well and truly started. Back to the boys.
Couldn't agree with you more, and these first 3 frames have been right out of the top draw. And I think it was absolutely key there for Judd to win that frame. An excellent break-off. I think, like Stephen Hendry says, you've got to keep Ronnie O'Sullivan sat down. You've got to try and win a frame at one visit. And that's the first time in the match for quite some time he's won a frame at one visit since frame 8.
That was interesting to hear Jason talking about juddernauts. You remember that, Jason and the juddernauts? Shouldn't be a problem escaping from this. Now that is so good there, because he could quite easily have left the red that's to the right of the bunch there, just near his shoulder, and Ronnie had to just land on that, and he did. If the white's just a fraction to the right, he leaves that red. That's what would have been available.
Yes, if Judd could win this frame and go into the interval sharing the first 4 frames, and there's one thing for certain, Judd will feel the better of the 2 players, because O'Sullivan knows that he's had every chance to be 3-0 in front in this first mini session of the evening, and every game it's been very good. 44, 51 and 117.
Can he cut this in? He might be able to. Oh, he's unlucky. No, he's not. Well, the way he's starting to pot, Ronnie's going to have to hide them a little bit better than that. That was a very nice cut back. I thought he was going to go in off when he caught the blue, but no problem. Still not a good chance just yet. I'm going to watch the red there when he stretches over. That's just a stretch too far, I feel.
It's funny how he's decided to play the yellow now with the rest. Maybe he feels that the yellow's an easier putt with the rest than the green, but the fact that he can hit this 3/4 ball means he can get the white ball moving, whereas the green would have been really tough to move the cue ball with the rest. There you can see it, 12 out of 12 with the rest, Dennis.
Make that 13. But this isn't going to be easy. If you can pot the one next to the blue, the cue ball's going to take a line that might go into the reds. A natural angle will take the white over towards the reds and black. That's what he's looking at, but well, if he was to pot this red and somehow develop the black, oh, what a shot this would be. keep your eye on the cue ball.
Four.
That was always going to be difficult, and if he can just see enough of the black, he's okay. If not, well, he could come off the back cushion here and just land on the black. That's about the only shot he has available to him. If he can't just glance off the black and leave the white on the cushion.
Yes, he's a little unlucky there. Played to hit the red and black at exactly the same time, and he would have been on the black. He's called the green, Dennis.
Brown.
Brown.
And he played with his right hand. And I'll tell you what, hey! He'll be changing his name to Steve McQueen, because that was a great escape.
Just a little unlucky. The white's drifted past the yellow, because Ronnie can pot this and get round the back of the black. Is that white to hurry? It hasn't done. So Judd's got another half chance.
Turn that earpiece off, please. One.
Well, this was the shot that Judd was playing a few moments ago, and I mentioned the Atticus red and black half four. That's what he played. We get a chance to show you in a few seconds' time on Hawkeye. This is what Hawkeye would have done, look, and that would have been, that's exactly what Judd played. I need this white to hurry, otherwise we'll need the long tackle. You and Judd Trump can't screw back with a spider.
Well, it's quite a stretch here. He's a fit young man, is Judd. He's got to be careful he doesn't slip on the carpet. Last week we've seen them spraying the carpet because a few of the players were slipping. I think it was Graham Dott. Oh,
Judd
can you believe it? He's got down and fouled the blue.
Thank you.
He's just saying to Judd, do you want me to leave the rest there for you?
Foul 4.
Oh, well, he didn't foul the blue. Fouled the yellow with his hand.
Thank you.
Let's have a look. He just got down and, oh dear. You don't see that very often. Wow.
1.
How costly will this be? He was just concentrating on getting the rest head near the blue and forgot about the yellow. Yeah, it moved quite a bit, about an inch. Judd felt it straight away, just got up.
And Ronnie played the first red beautifully to get the nice angle on the pink, which means he can get onto this red. Obviously be playing quite firm here through the pack, knowing that the blue's there. Every chance of pushing the pink towards the middle as well. Now how are they split? Pretty good. Pink's in play.
That white tried to jump its way through the reds. Of course, years gone by, it was a foul shot if the white jumped over the reds, but if you've got to jump an intervening ball, if you pot a red and then jump over the reds, no foul. Interesting in that piece that Steve Davis did with the great Joe Davis, one of the shots that showed Joe getting out of a snooker, just
13.
Jumping over the top of the ball.
Pink available in the middle, so needs to screw back about an inch so he can leave a 3/4 ball angle on the pink, which means you can move those, even though the reds are okay, those two reds to the left or the right of the pink, He'd like to make the pink available into the left-hand corner, so may play a little cannon. Well, try to get a half-ball cannon. He got quarter ball. He's still okay.
$20.
Tight, the pink, isn't it, in this corner pocket? I'm not too sure whether it pots. That may make his mind up. He knows it pots in the same pocket as he's playing the red, but he has to really get into the cue ball to finish there. That's why he's played for it in the middle.
21.
Yeah, this is like a little practice routine, little stun shots. Stun and screw shots around the pink area. It's beautiful to watch. It looks so simple, but you want to try it sometime.
27.
Takes years of practice to perfect this.
28.
Ronnie, of course, has never been behind in this tournament so far, and of course, if he wins this frame, the worst that can happen, he could go into tomorrow's session to at least level, but he'd be looking for better than that.
34.
Both players have fantastic support here at the Crucible. And you could hear a pin drop. Okay, you get the odd shout out. Nothing wrong with that if it's at the right time. There's that magnificent Crucible theatre.
41.
Theatre of dreams you're looking at there. And you're looking at a
40.
genius at work. He's the only snooker player that I've ever used the word genius about. But that's the only way to describe this man.
So Judd Trump's missed a very easy red to win one frame. He took the yellow with the rest to win another, so he will be feeling, you know, maybe I could have won this little mini session 3-1 and I'm going to lose it 3-1.
48.
That's how close you have to be at top class snooker. It's just one shot that normally wins or loses a frame. And this has all
49.
come from, remember, when he touched the yellow? It's all come from that.
And what about that for a positional shot?
55.
He only needs one more red. How easy did he make that for himself? Or that fabulous shot off the pink.
Well, one of the shots of the match for me, Dennis. I mean, that was perfectly played.
$62.
Just making sure if he just rolls it in, whether Judd will come back to the table, and he probably will, being 58 behind. He need 2 snookers to win, so he'd like to get rid of this red and go to the interval. If it went in,
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
Judd would have
60.
conceded. It hasn't. But Ronnie O'Sullivan looks certain to be going 12-8 in front.
One.
Don't know if he can manage to pot the pink and move that red. Might be able to just force the angle. No.
Judd Trump.
It's always the player's decision. You can't really concede when the player's at the table. I suppose you can concede when a player needs snookers. Judd wants to get out of the room now.
Frame conceded.
O'Sullivan looking in imperious form this evening. His concentration superb. He's won 3 of the 4 frames to stretch his lead to 12-8.
Well,
Frame 21.
Thank you very
Ronnie
much,
O'Sullivan
Jason.
to break.
Ronnie then gets this first frame after the mid-session interval underway, and there's the match time just coming up to 5.5 hours of some fascinating snooker. Well, I thought he was coming tomorrow. He's arrived today. The Grinder's in town. He's with Jason Francis there, who we play some legend shows for. He doesn't look jet-like, I must say. Mind you, his friends flew him in first class to be here. That's not bad, Willie, is it?
It made me laugh, Cliff, when I saw him at the interval. He said, "Oh, I got a little bit bored. There was a couple of safety shots played in that session." I think the equation's pretty simple as far as Judd Trump fans are concerned. He has to win 3 of these 4 frames to stay within 2. Be tough to come back from 4 behind in the final session. From 2 behind, plenty of matches won from there.
Slight mistake from Ronnie. Now can he get past the blue to the potting angle? Oh, that is tight. He could have dropped this in and got onto the black, but can he just get past the blue? Well, he could. Well, what a shot there. I thought he's going to roll through and maybe leave the black because it was so tight. And what did he do? Got the perfect angle on the blue. And I agree with Stephen Hendry there. Stephen said when we went to the mid-session interval,
6.
Judd's got to play no miss snooker. He's got to keep Ronnie in his seat. That's the only way he's going to beat the defending champion.
7. Could you put the sweets
And
for
that's a
Christmas away now, please? Thank
careless
you.
one. He may have to take the pink now. He's the wrong side of the blue. If the pink goes onto the black spot, it's going to put it out of the game at the moment.
13.
Because there's reds blocking the pink for both corners, so not an easy chance just yet. But with these 2 players,
14.
one shot can change the whole frame around.
Bit risky to go into them because he could tie both pink and black up. That's the reason he's playing for a loose red. He's got to be careful. He doesn't really want to pot the black at his next shot because, of course, the black will go
19.
right next to the pink, nearest its own spot and not touching. But I don't think he's got a lot of choice. Decided to play up for the blue. Don't blame him for
20.
that at all.
He may have to go into the reds this time from the blue. Just making sure there's no plants if he crashes into the reds, that he doesn't plant one into the... That's what he's looking at the moment, and there might be a plant into that. You see, if he goes straight into them, he could plant that red into the pocket. That's what he's looking at. So he may not elect to risk that.
Yeah, look at that pattern, Dennis. Those top 2 look like the pot anyway. But can he play the blue thin enough to play with a bit of check side, come up and down for those 2? There's the, well, certainly the one on the left will pot. And that plant looks almost like it's on. I suppose he could get onto that red from the yellow.
Well, he doesn't have to screw directly. He could screw to the right of that and he would still open a few up. He doesn't have to go crashing into the red. Yeah, he's hit it at pace, and that's clever. Very clever.
There's a very controlled split, Dennis, wasn't it?
25.
Beautiful.
You could see that red coming towards the corner. Had he have hit it any harder?
Yeah, I thought he was a bit too thin on the blue to play at that pace, but excellent shot. We always say in commentary, you get what you deserve, and he's,
26.
unfortunately for him, he's played a poor shot there, though. He keeps getting the wrong side of the blue.
Yeah, he was hampered there. That's why he couldn't get the backspin. And he's cannoned the yellow. He's blocked the path to the red over the right corner. He can cut the
31.
one into the left corner. But it was the shot before when he tried to get the right side of the blue. He was hampered. And we'll show you that shot. To try and screw back when you're bridging over a couple of reds. Not easy. Key shot coming up.
Well, he's going to need another Judd Trump special, isn't he?
32.
We know he's going to take one of them on, whether it be the green or the blue.
Green ball.
Taking the green. One too many.
32.
Yep, 8-4 or 12-8 in front. These are pretty comfortable. When you're 4 frames behind, they're much more difficult.
When Judd played the blue in the middle and he jumped up on the shot, I can only presume he thought he had another kick. And in this match, I don't think Ronnie O'Sullivan's had, well, a third as many kicks as Judd.
One.
Judd's had no end of kicks in this match. Look at that. Ronnie's not had one kick that's made any difference to position. Judd's had 12 that makes difference to position.
Well, that is a very interesting stat, Dan. He looks a little bit fed up at the moment. I know some of the great pool players say it's the way you deliver the cue. Certainly at pool that causes kicks. I don't know if that applies. It might be the way you deliver the cue, but sometimes it's a bit of chalk.
Twelve. 13.
See, Ronnie had a kick there, but it made no difference to position. The 12 kicks we were talking about with Judd Trump have made a difference to position. You can only see 3/4 of the pocket there, but still managed to pot it. 16 points behind. Pink and black still out of commission.
16.
But you know they'll be in commission very soon.
17.
Yes, the first sign we've seen of Judd looking a little bit down in the dumps, so to speak. He knows that this match could be slipping away from him.
22.
It's the first to 17. That will finish tomorrow afternoon.
23.
He's played very few careless shots. Well, in this year's World Championship, it has to be said. He just looks so focused, as we said earlier.
28.
If he makes a slight mistake, it doesn't worry him. And look at that shot, played with the
29.
left hand, you know, to get the correct side of the blue as well. You could do with a cannon here. If he could come off the cushion and just flick one of the reds out of the way here. That's not the red he wanted. He may be able to take this to the middle pocket.
34.
He was only a fraction out from being perfect there.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 34.
Let's have a look at this. Yeah, they seem to be on this table just turning slightly the way the old tables used to do it, with a nap of the cloth. You used to play them to the far jaw and they'd curl in.
Well, I know it's a dangerous pot, but I really feel Judd has to take this cut on the red in between the pink and black. He can screw it in and virtually come over the yellow spot with the cue ball. He's bound to be on the yellow or blue should it go in. He's playing with topspin. I think it's better to screw this one in. He won't have any idea where the white's going if he plays with topspin. If he plays with screw, he can control the white. But he doesn't like it.
Well, you can tell he wants to attack here, but he could play a delicate little snooker. And that's much better than risking a very thin cut. But has he got the snooker?
could also see the disappointment in his face as he left the table, knowing he'd put a red on the cushion. He would have wanted to leave that red in the middle of the table. Especially because he's left-handed, of course, and that red down the side cushion is going to be tough for a left-hander. Just left a little bit too much sticking out.
He was a bit concerned about pushing this red on for the right middle pocket. That's why he didn't get in behind the black. Well, listen, it looks as if Judd's still going to take it on. Boy, is that a pot. That might have looked easy, but let me tell you, on these pockets, that was superb cueing. That's a little bit in no man's land.
4.
Just didn't hit it quite hard enough.
So many little half kicks there. You saw him play that green, and I'm sure he'd hit it hard enough to get onto the red, but it seems hard work to keep the balls moving on this table at the moment. Now, how's the white? How's the white? It looks
Judd
pretty
Trump
perfect to
forward.
me. Very well done, Judd Trump. Excellent.
Just can miss the middle pocket to get over to the red here with a bit of side.
That's why Judd was so disappointed a couple of shots ago when he left the red on the side cushion. He would have gone for this red if the red had been open play. Needs an angle on the green or maybe the blue to move that red out if he gets this red in. He hasn't done. Has he covered it? I think he has.
Yeah, I think he took the pot on because the other red was safe. He knew that the only red he could leave would be the one he had to go at. And if he had have potted it, look at the angle on the blue to bring the difficult red into play. Can he get an angle to send this red around, leave the white there, get a bit of distance, get the red up past the middle? Doesn't want to push it over the middle pocket. No, that's a good shot, excellent shot. I say it's a good shot because Ronnie will have to be careful he doesn't hit the pink or black if he tries to get down off those two. And he couldn't risk that because of the pink and black.
This is one time where he'd like to get the cue ball right up tight behind the green rather than on the cushion, because he'd be bringing this first red into the middle of the table. He's probably a little bit worried about playing it half ball. Maybe he feels he can't get behind the green.
Well, if he risks splitting these up and screwing back behind the black, he better get it right. That's what he's done. Where's the cue ball? Where's the reds going? Well, he's done okay. He didn't hit it as he intended, but those reds, you're never sure where they're going to go when you play that type of shot. And we know Judd finds it difficult to resist a long pot. And here he goes. Now, where's the red going to finish up? Well, I'll tell you what, he'll settle for that. Yeah, I think there was a little bit of movement on that last shot when he tried to power the red in. Let's just have a look as he delivers the cue. Just a slight bit.
It's a bit risky to play the little stunning behind the green because he'll be keeping the red in the middle of the table, so he could play it off the left-hand side of the red and could sneak the white in behind the black here. If he played, yes, played the cannon the green with the red and try and get the white half ball. That's what he just looked at. But has to get a good white here because the red's going to be in the middle of the table. So has to kiss the green and has to get the weight right. Oh, he's played it the other way around. Could find himself in trouble here. No, the red's gone safe-ish. Ronnie just came to have a look whether he can play this red half ball off the black, and it would go very close to the corner pocket. How close though? That close. How close? That close. Luckily for Judd Trump, he's not nicely on the colour.
But he's in behind the brown, and that was well picked out there, Willie. And Ronnie would have had an idea that it would have gone close to the pocket and disappeared into it. And it's always the problem. Can he hit this? Can he get it safe? You can study and study. It's all about trying to get out of the snooker and just hope that you can get it safe. He's going to get around the back of the or miss the black here with this. Could be a free ball also.
Foul and a miss.
Not that that would matter. He'll have this put
Ronnie
back.
Sullivan for. Yep.
That's quite an acute angle he's looking for there. He's got to get fairly close to the black if he's going to escape from that angle.
Look at that for me, Judd.
This is the one he was trying, but
Yeah.
well, Ronnie's come to have a look, which is quite unusual. I mean, usually the player just sits in his seat and lets him. It's not going to make a great deal of difference here.
I think Ronnie's concerned that he couldn't get off one cushion there because he wouldn't want Judd to play the little swerve around one cushion. I'm surprised he's actually not. I mean, your shot's fine, but I'm surprised he's not just swerving around the brown and like the way he's looking now and playing in two cushions that way.
That's
then
as good as we can get from that, so it can only be tiny.
Now let's have a look where it was. That's where it was, and let's have a look now.
It was beneath the.
That's near enough spot on. Is it
They said what? They're saying it's spot on. Okay.
Well, no. They must have heard that come. It's just slightly to the right, so maybe we can relay that to them.
That way.
He doesn't have to play the same route that he tried before. Well, he said he could swerve around, and
Ron?
yeah, Ronnie's quite happy. Is he going to go the same way? He's going to try the same way again. He'd have to be so precise. Needs the red to keep going, though. Needs to keep going. This will cut.
that is so close to being a brilliant escape, isn't it? If it's slightly thicker, it goes further down the table and the cut wouldn't be on, and slightly harder, the cut still wouldn't be on. He was just a fraction away from being perfect.
Well, that's not the best kiss in the world. He's knocked the yellow safe.
One.
Without knocking the yellow safe, it would have been a chance.
Is there any advantage of playing a colour here then? Surely not.
Well, he can roll to the pink and get the snooker behind the black here, as we show you the white canning into the yellow on the way around. I mean, he's looking at the scoreboard. He's only 4 in front. So I suppose if he put the pink safe, it would be a little bit of insurance for him. And that's what he's done. But he could have left the pink safer than that. He could have rolled to the pink and got the snooker there. He decided to push the pink onto the side cushion, but he hasn't got it safe.
I suppose it still makes blue to pink a little bit more difficult now, but I agree with you. I thought he was just going to push it on the cushion and leave the snooker.
Where's that cue ball? It's an old billiard trick shot he's nearly pulled off there.
Clever little shot, that, pushing the blue on the cushion just to slow the white down as well. So in that one shot he got the blue on the cushion, the white on the cushion. Excellent safety shot. You can hit it very thin, but he'll be pushing the yellow towards the right hand side pocket. The cue ball will be coming in towards the pink somewhere. So to get that yellow away from the pocket, he may have to hit off a cushion. I don't think he can get the yellow safe if he hits it. Playing to hit it direct. He's going to have to play it firm for that yellow to come away.
The white's close. This could cost him the frame. That is a little bit unlucky.
Ronnie 4.
To hit 2 cushions. He tried to get the snooker in behind the pink there. He's been rather unfortunate. But just looking at the scoreboard, the blue is going to be key ball. No problem, the yellow, green, brown. Well, Ronnie will already be thinking of where he wants to put the cue ball, and I've put the other white there. If he can get an angle on the brown and get the white there, he would have the easiest of blues. You've got to leave the blue into this left corner. I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to get where I've got the white, but anywhere near there to make the blue easy. He's further away from it, which makes the pot more difficult. That was the best he could do from that angle. I'll tell you what, this is far from easy. That's why he could have done with getting closer to the blue, but he's fluked a snooker. Or has he? Maybe he can see enough of the blue, and it might be a guide to pop the blue into the right middle pocket.
I wouldn't blame him for going for it, Dennis, because I'm sure when he sat in his chair, having got it off, he thought he was going to lose the frame. He's looking at the potting angle. The natural angle will be coming down towards the pink. Ronnie missed his blue by a long, long way. That's the first twitchy one Ronnie's played.
The white's coming towards the corner pocket again. Oh, has he fluked the blue? No. Well, quite a tense frame, and it almost looks certain to be 5 the difference. Well, he's gradually taking control of this semi-final as Ronnie O'Sullivan. Another one slips away for Judd. Doesn't matter about this pink.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 5.
It's Ronnie O'Sullivan who takes the frame, and he now extends his lead. It's now 13-8 to the Rocket.
Wow, this is a terrific semi-final here at the 2013 Betfair World Snooker Championship. Ronnie Sullivan moving ever closer to another appearance in a World Championship final. Amazing, given his stats this season. You can't help but look at that last graphic and just giggle.
I know. I mean, he spent all year working on a pig farm, hasn't he? I mean, what's been going on there? But I'm honestly, I mean, I suppose practicing with Peter Ebdon before he turned up at the championship was a big thing for his match play. It was the one question we were always asking. You know, you can have a gallop like a racecourse, but you can't beat a race. You know, it's one of those things. And we didn't know whether he was going to suffer by having not any matches. But after he got past Marcus Campbell, where I thought he made 3 great clearances in that match, you know, obviously it was like he'd never been away.
Stephen, and that's what's fascinating this week when we've been discussing Mark Selby saying that he's suffering from burnout and Ding Junhui saying he's played so much snooker this year, only had a week off. This fella turns up and plays like he has done.
Basically because he's still the best player in the world. It's as simple as that. He's had a couple of months practice and that's been enough to get him sharp enough to win. He's just better than the rest of them. Simple as that.
It's as simple as that?
Basically.
End of. Let's go back to commentary.
Well, obviously I agree with Stephen. When they're all playing at their very best, Ronnie would undoubtedly win, but there's plenty of tournaments that Ronnie's played in. He's lost to all these players before, at his very best. I agree with Stephen.
Well, the thing with Ronnie O'Sullivan and a few of the top players we've had in the game, they don't have to be at their best and they can still win. Stephen was one of those, as was Steve Davis. But John Higgins, when he was here, made a great point. He said, I mean, a footballer coming back after a year out would be difficult. A golfer after a year out. Ronnie was still practicing, still playing some exhibitions. And it was all about, as John Parrott said, that opening match against Marcus Campbell. When he won that, everybody else had to watch out. Got to be a little bit careful, Judd. He doesn't want to just start going for everything. He's played some brilliant snooker throughout this year's World Championship. He's played some fabulous safety, which has given him the chance. You can understand him getting a little bit down. Maybe he might think, I'm going to have a go for most pots, and if you do that, you'll get even more punished. That jumped, but right in the centre of the pocket. So he's playing so well. Even if he gets a kick, he's potting them.
Yeah, it was perfect. We looked at the stat with the shots that make difference with kicks, and that was a real big kick there, but made no difference. Just hit the red full in the face as he played and finished perfect. Just watch the white jump.
Yeah.
Ronnie wasn't expecting this pink to go on the black spot. He was looking a little bit forlorn when that ended up being there, but I'm sure the black still pots.
Must be tight though. Oh yeah, you're all right, Ronnie. You get a Sheffield tram through there. He won't be able to pot it now. The pink might go, but it's very, very awkward. He just misjudged the cannon there. He'd love to have a go at that pink, but he's not playing that type of game, Ronnie. He's not taking on any undue risks. He really is playing good match snooker.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 8.
Well, there's Damien Hirst there. He's been with Ronnie throughout the whole championship, the renowned artist, and he keeps Ronnie relaxed. They don't talk about snooker. Stephen Hendry was out with the boys when they first arrived here. He was up straight away. He knew he'd hit that badly. It is slipping away from him at the moment.
One.
Probably play a little cannon onto the red to the right of the black, and that will hold for the other red. It's just to the left of the black. I purposely played a little bit harder to make sure he brought white into open play, and couldn't have turned out better, to be honest. A bit fortunate there to finish on those three.
Listen, when you're playing well, this is the sort of rub of the green you get. When you're struggling, you don't get those little flicks. It's amazing.
Yeah.
When you need the little bit of good fortune, you never seem to get it.
Wrong clear.
I think maybe the scoreboard's wrong in the arena, possibly. Don't worry, Jan will soon sort it out.
What a gentleman, he even said sorry. You can see that he can't get onto the black perfectly, but he'll certainly be playing to get onto the black. It's a bit risky to screw back for one of the bought colours. Just needs to move this red well away from the black spot, maybe on and off the cushion even.
Just over the 6 hours. And he's certainly queuing nicely again. Okay, it's still a little bit awkward
15.
with the pink as it is, and the black surrounded with 3 reds there.
For that last little shot, Dennis, and he played it on and off the cushion. Now the black pot's in the left-hand corner. So he's one shot away from making this a chance to win the frame, and that could be just that one shot.
Look at the control of that cube ball with a little bit of reverse side to get perfectly on the black. Oh, I think the audience thought he'd missed that. He just didn't push the cue through as he normally
20.
does.
I think Ronnie thought he'd missed that. He decelerated, didn't he, there? But back in prime position
24.
now. That's what happens when you're trying to dig into the ball to hold it. Sometimes if you don't quite catch it right, the side just pushes it straight off. Not perfect here, though. Missed it. There's a
Sullivan 24.
shot we didn't expect.
Well, Judd stopped in his tracks there. He thought he was going to walk to the table and have a nice easy starter. There's no easy pot. The one down the left side is a tricky little pot to take on. And there's this, well, there's not much of a gap there. There's only half a pocket. So really, he had a bit of a result there, Ronnie. Okay, he's playing this with the left hand, but we're so used to seeing him just knock them in. Oh, Judd's back looking at that red.
If he was directly behind it, he did definitely pot it. As we look at that angle there, he could do it with his cue, no problem. But of course, he's got to use the white, and it's getting onto the next colour is the problem. I mean, he can only really get onto the green or yellow, and if he plays it slow, he'll be leaving red on.
He hasn't looked at this one down into the left corner pocket, and he's not hampered really, but for some reason he wants to try and squeeze this past the black. Boy, has he got to be precise with this. Well played. In fact, he put everything into that difficult pot, which he squeezed past the black. He's just gone a little bit too far with the cue ball.
How on earth has that gone into the centre of the pocket there? We were directly behind it, and you could only see the right-hand jaw. It never even hit the right-hand jaw. It's an amazing shot, that. We'll have another look at it. Just look at that. It doesn't even hit the jaw. Strange. Wow. Wow. I mean, he deserves to come past the pink here. Surely he won't snoop himself after a shot like that.
Well,
3.
yeah, he deserves to be on it, and he is on it. That was an unbelievable positional shot he's just played there.
4.
To hit the yellow into the middle pocket at that pace and get the white up to the reds, you won't see any better.
A little bit of noise in the crowd there.
I don't know what that sounded like. It sounded a bit strange. It's well, the last time I heard a noise like that, I think it was playing against Big Bill Wervenick many years ago.
Right. Settle down now, please. Thank you.
This is a really important part of the match because after potting that yellow, I mean, Ronnie's just having a look up to the commentary box and have a little smile, but this now, he's 28 points behind, and in some ways you deserve to win a frame after a pot like that.
Well, I'm not sure what's happened this time, but very rarely do you get that in the auditorium. Maybe there's someone maybe not just feeling too well at the moment, but Mikhail has given them the old evil eye there.
Well, you don't very often get a round of applause for putting it back over the pocket, but
Yeah.
I agree with him there. Just a lot of concentration was lost there, and now he's got to get it all back and make this chance a frame-winning chance to get back into the match.
Stephen Hendry said no miss snooker. That's what he needs now.
$90. 20. 27. Sure. 28.
Just having the cue ball cleaned. While he's having that cleaned, have a look at this shot here. To hit the yellow at that pace and to get the white round and onto that red, you won't see any better than that.
Yes, definitely deserved to win the frame after a shot like that, but play for the red in the middle. He's now 3 points in front, so he needs the
35.
4 remaining reds with colours to be absolutely sure of this frame, and it really is a must-win frame.
36.
Well, that was almost straight, and the power he has, you could see the angle he created there. And of course,
42.
being a left-hander, those two reds that are near the left side of the table won't prove a problem. But look, he's finished awkward again.
He is going to have to bounce this, isn't he, to try and get an angle on the black. I don't know whether somebody's got some sort of machine that's making a noise or something, but he keeps looking up. How's the side? Does he have any on? He does. This is perfect. He can drop on both reds here. He's left-handed, so the one down the cushion's okay, and he can play for the red in the middle at the same time. I think he's just about got enough angle. No, he's straight. Can't do that.
You bet he can do it. But he had to come all the way across the table. Once again, look at that wide stop and then pick up speed with the backspin.
Needs the rest though, Dennis. He's 2 inches away from being on it without using the rest, and we saw him miss a shot like this, didn't we, earlier on? Is he going to play the red into the green pocket or the middle? There's three balls and 3 pockets he can play here, middle or top.
Looks good to me.
Well, this is just unbelievable. The yellow was fantastic. The red, the black to screw across to that side of the table was brilliant. Can he pull one more good shot out, one more good positional shot out to win this frame? He needs a good positional shot here.
Frame.
He'd love to get there, but I don't think he can do it from the brown. Oh, he's left. That's all he could do. He'd have loved to have screwed up to the red, but he hadn't got the
55.
angle to do it.
Is he going to play the deep screen balk, or is he going to stun it in for the black? He needs a colour.
Absolutely brilliant.
Well, we've seen 3 of the best shots in the whole tournament in this one break. And that deserves to win a frame, to have to play 3 shots like he has done. Congratulations.
Have a look at this for queuing. Deserves to win
60.
any frame.
Judd Trump 60.
Well, obviously still should win the frame, 28 in front, but you don't want to miss those. Should be 13-9 though.
Well, we thought that Judd Trump had sealed that frame, but Ronnie now needs a snooker. Let's just see if Judd Trump pots this yellow. Played very well in this frame. But unfortunately, that's where our coverage ends here on BBC Two. Live coverage continues on the red button and via the BBC Sport website. If